that would not exactly grease the reappointment skid. So how much do you think that could, again, I'm cynical, be part of this?
Well, it could, Neil, but I look at it a different way in terms of what Jerome Powell may be doing. Perhaps he really believes that inflation is transitory. I don't necessarily share that same feeling, but I almost look at this as if Jerome Powell is really more concerned about managing what happens with the stock market as opposed to being more. That is, I'm not so sure Wall Street believes him about inflation. But what I think they're following is his commitment to keeping interest rates low. And I really believe that that's the commitment, because where are investors going to go, Neil? Really, with inflation going up, bond rates low, the only game in town is to be in equities. And history proves it out anyway, because every 5-year period since 1926, being in equities, you have outperformed inflation. So that's why the market, in my opinion, is continuing its steady trajectory up.
You know, it is remarkable, Dan, that the consumer has proven to be, very, very strong throughout all of this. But there does come a point where you say, all right, you said, Jerome Powell, that this would, ease up, in another few months, and it hasn't. Is there a level to make some dramatic behavior changes? And I think, Shana quite properly said they're coming out of this pandemic, for the most part, not everybody, but in better financial shape than they went in. So they do have a little bit more wherewithal and an improved balance sheet to boot, and that will keep this going for quite a while. Where are you on this?
Yeah, I actually agree with that, Neil. I think Shane is right on point to say that a lot of people did pretty well through the pandemic as far as their investments in the market, as long as they rode through the storm. And of course, how much stimulus and money has been out there and increased savings balances. So for right now, and I keep going back to this, what is going to change in terms of policies or the way we're doing things that is going to slow down inflation? At some point in time, Neil, yes, inflation can only go so high because people will stop buying. But that doesn't necessarily mean all of a sudden that you have deflation. It's going to take a while for these prices to come back down to where we were pre-pandemic. And let me also just say, Neil, I know it's a big day for you. Happy.
You're just thinking with the Popeyes thing, if only they had dipped it in marinara sauce, we'd be talking home run. But who knows? Dan, real quickly, you're an accountant by training as well. People forget that. You talk about people's finances and overall they're in better shape, coming out of this than going into this. But they've been spending like crazy. So, as you often remind me, it's money in, it's money out. There's a lot of money going out. And I'm just wondering, is that sustainable?
Well, it's not sustainable, Neil. At some point in time, the buying is going to have to slow down. But you really have to sit back and say, people must be really optimistic about their financial future, because if they weren't, they certainly would not spend. So for a period of time in the pandemic, it was almost like you couldn't spend because you were cooped up. But now, cash available, they're spending. It's not going to last forever, but as of now, they're going to keep going.
They are doing that. Dan, I want to thank you. Shana, thank you.